So where are we going to go to do the research? And you know what? I keep forgetting. I have got to fix that slide. For some reason, it does not want to, the automation on it doesn't want to work. Nope. So we'll stay here for the moment. So nothing really new or exciting here, right? We're going to go to the internet to do research. And at this point, you know, we want to kind of become an industry expert. We want to become knowledgeable, not necessarily an expert on the companies or organizations, but certainly within the industries, we want to be, you know, pretty much an expert so we can speak knowledgeably. So some internet places to go to get some information: Google, crunchbase.com, Data Axle. And you know, let me ask Milry, if you happen to know offhand, you know, Data Axle and D&B Hoovers are both subscription databases. New Jersey, the state library of New Jersey. So the state library of New Jersey pays for that database, the Data Axle database, in the entire state of New Jersey. So any public library you go to, you can get access to it. Yeah, Ron.
Montgomery County, in the suburbs of DC, I know their library system provides access. I don't know about the other locations in the area.
Good. So go to your local libraries and ask them if they have a subscription to Data Axle or D&B Hoovers. Now, you know, you've probably heard of Dun & Bradstreet. You've probably heard of Hoovers. D&B bought Hoovers. You know the database. It's all the information you could want to know about any publicly traded company. The problem with D&B Hoovers is it's publicly traded companies, so you're missing a whole huge swath of companies because they're privately held. Data Axle has a lot, if not more, information as it does as D&B Hoovers, but not just for the publicly traded. It also includes the privately held companies. So you can slice and dice the information a whole bunch of different ways. You can say, who are all the organizations that fit within my 3 criteria? And you could break it down to the zip code if you wanted. You could break it down by total number of employees, total revenues, total profit. You know, there's all different ways that you can break that information down to make it fit your needs and desires. Ron, thank you. GuideStar is one for nonprofits. I appreciate you adding that in there. So do this research. Don't forget to go to the company websites. If you're going to go to Indeed and Glassdoor, remember that any of the websites that have reviews, you're going to get those that love them, those that hate them, and somewhere in the middle is the truth, right? So take sure you're doing, you know, you're checking both. I'm sorry, I got distracted by Howard's comment. I will double check that website and get back to Milry with any corrections to it. But you could also just do the search on Dun & Bradstreet Hoovers and see if it comes up if you spell the words out. Especially now that we can get out a little bit more. I know people don't want to necessarily, but don't be afraid to go and visit the company's site directly. It's amazing the amount of information you'll learn just by watching the people that come and go and the face that they have and the friendliness that's exhibited. They'll probably have some of their print materials in the lobby, so you can get a lot of information off of those print materials. Read their annual reports. There's amazing information in the annual reports, so read those. If you can get on investor phone calls for those that are publicly traded, those are open to anyone and everyone to listen to. Go listen to them. It's overwhelming the amount of information you'll get out of those calls. And what's great about those is it's up-to-date, current information about the latest happenings within the organization. So you'll know absolutely what are the things that are hot buttons for that company today versus 6 months ago. Excuse me.
Paul, I'll also add that you can usually on a company website, you can see their strategic plan beyond
Yes,
just the annual report. And the strategic plan will tell you a lot about what they think is important and where they want to go and where they've been. So
absolutely.
you might see some real opportunities in there for your skill set if you can fit into where they're trying to go and what they've identified as a priority.
Without question. You're absolutely right, Milry. Thank you. Um, don't forget these professional and industry associations. I'm going to go one step further and say you must, and I don't like telling people what to do because who the hell am I to tell you how to conduct your life? But here I'm going to tell you, you must get in contact with your alumni association for your college or maybe even your high school. You know, just 2 weeks ago, I was back to my alma mater, Florida Institute of Technology, for an alumni reunion of all of the soccer players from the 80s and 90s. There were about 50 or 60 of us that were there for this reunion. I got to tell you, there were at least 15 networking connections that I heard between those soccer players saying, oh man, I got a job for you, or I know the right person for you to talk to at that company. Hey, let's get together because I think we can do some stuff together in employment, right? My clients for the last 2 years, roughly 125, 130 people at this point, they have all told me without exception, the best place they have gone to do networking in the last 2 years has been their alumni association and people that they knew way back when that are just so excited to hear from you today and keep in touch with you again and can reconnect and help each other. So get to those alumni associations. Whether it's professional or industry or an alumni, the thing is you're going to have real good, solid, warm, if not hot leads to upcoming opportunities that would be appropriate for you. Take advantage of them. With the professional and industry associations, you're also learning more about your field and about your role. So you stay up to date and current, and especially for some of us who have been in longer job searches, by the way, I've been there 3 times over 9 months each. If you're attending these meetings, you are keeping current with what's going on in the industry. So when you step into that next role, you're ready to step in and run, not have to get spooled up, back up to speed. Another reason why reading articles on the industry, on the function, on the organizations you're interested with or in can all be important. Your goal, again, is to become that industry expert.